Hey friends, if you're looking for quick tips to help you jumpstart your week, you are in the right place. I'm Lori Palau, host of the popular weekly podcast Organized Life, founder of Simply Be Organized, and every Monday I am here to bring you a quick organizing tip in under 15 minutes. All you have to do is click the subscribe or follow button wherever you're listening, and let's get started. Hi everybody, and welcome to today's tip of the week. I'm your host, Lori Palau, and I'm so glad that you're here. If you're listening in real time, I hope your week is off to a great start. If you're not listening real time, I still hope you're having a great week wherever it is. We bring you these short little snippets every Monday, and it's just supposed to be a short, actionable bite for you to think about the way you're doing things. Is there a way that you can improve something in your current life? Can you simplify and streamline a specific area? And that's really what we're here to try to help you do. Thursdays, we have our long form episodes, which we love. We get to really get into a deep dive with a guest, talk about a specific topic. But the purpose of these are just to kind of get you thinking about the little things, or maybe not so little things, but the things in life that we are just doing on the day to day. And oftentimes we do them on autopilot. And I'm hoping that these tips of the weeks will give you some intentionality, let you be a little bit more mindful about the things that we do, because again, so much of our lives are just go, 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 that we don't have time to stop and think, or we don't make the time to stop and think. We're just kind of reacting. And so I want to just give you some pause. I want to give you permission to think about the way you're doing things and recognize if something is not working for you, it's okay to change it. It's okay to try to improve and find a better way. I don't believe that there's one size fits all for anything when it comes to organizing, productivity, parenting, running a business, whatever. But I do believe that the more complicated we make things in our life, the harder it is. And for everybody, it's harder in time, it's harder relationally. And so, what I want to do, and again, this is me just for my own life, is trying to find what is the path of least resistance. What is the way that I can really use these tools and the tools of organization and productivity to just remove the unnecessary from my life. And what we're talking about today is calendars, and having specifically a family shared calendar. And this is something that we've done at the Palaus for literally as far back as I can remember. As soon as, Google Calendar came out, it was something that we did when we got our kids email addresses. Like, I feel like it was when they were born, right? We just got them their Gmail addresses just so that they would have it. And Josh and I, as soon as like the digital age kind of came to be, I would say probably late 90s, we started having a shared calendar. We each have our own individual calendars, but then we would either do invites for the other one to know where we were. And then as our family grew and we had kind of family obligations, and it was less like his stuff, my stuff, and it was a lot of our stuff, we then had a joint family calendar, and we kept it digitally. Again, not everybody does digital. More and more people are doing it as the younger generations are moving into adulthood. I think paper planners they're still there and people love them, and I'm not bashing paper planners, but the ease of convenience of updating, changing, sharing, keeping things in real time with a digital calendar, you just can't deny it. And so family share calendars are a great way for everybody to A, stay in the know, B, have ownership of where they need to be and what they need to be doing, and also just allow people to not have one person bear the burden of being the keeper of all the things. And for a lot of times, I'm not trying to gender stereotype, but a lot of times it's the mom. The mom is responsible for making all of the appointments, doing all the things. And the kids and the husband will ask, what are we doing? Or maybe the husband won't even ask and just go and do their own thing. And that's a whole other level. But I think it's important that as a family unit, you see yourselves as a team. And together as a collaborative team, the more that you can get other people, even visible, even if they're not managing the calendar, even if your kids are young and they're not scheduling their own appointments, as soon as your kid is old enough, in my opinion, to have a device that they have access to the internet, then they are old enough to be able to view your family calendar. And so, again, even if it's for them to say, oh, I have soccer on Mondays and Thursdays, or I've got piano on Wednesdays, or oh, I have a birthday party on Saturday, or my sister has X, Y, and Z. Yes, they are probably only concerned with the stuff that's relevant to them, which I totally understand. They're children, but it's important for them to start building that muscle of being aware of the other things that are happening within the family unit. You're teaching your kids that the world doesn't just revolve around them, that there are other things, and you're also helping them understand the concept of time and how much time it takes to do things. And hopefully teaching them to not be overscheduled, because you're looking at the different obligations that you have on specific days, and you're saying, look at this particular day. It is super busy with all different things, or this is a day that we have a day off, or we have one thing that we're doing. And so it allows people to start to recognize and be aware of time. Now, I know for myself, as the scheduler, as a primary scheduler of all the things as our kids were growing up, and even just social things that we were doing as a family, I was the one that was pretty much in the driver's seat, and that's fine. Like, I don't mind that, but I always felt it was important for Josh to be in the know. And specifically with Google Calendar, and again, you guys can use whatever calendar that you want. My friend Katie Allen has this amazing company called Artful Agenda. It's an app that syncs digitally with Outlook, Apple, all the different things. And this is not a paid sponsored post, but it allows you to customize it. So especially if you've got kids or somebody that's like super creative, they can customize their own calendar, and you could have yours be super plain Jane functional, and your kid could have Artful Agenda and have it be like fun and different colors. But I think, again, having one central place where they have access to, and they don't have to have access to all of your stuff, but having that separate calendar that is, here's our family stuff. These are the things. Or if they have a specific thing, a doctor's appointment, a practice, whatever it is, that you invite them. If they have an email address associated with school or a personal email address, whichever one they use, I invite my kids to everything when they were younger. If it was like, you have a doctor's appointment, they get invited to it. Obviously, I'm still managing their schedule. I'm taking them to it. But again, I don't know what age you're giving your kids access to devices. If it's middle school, I'm not judging anybody. I hope it's not elementary school, but I think a lot of kids nowadays are having full devices in elementary school. And if that is the case, then if they're old enough to have access to a computer and access to the internet, then they need to start learning that responsibility. If you feel like they're too immature to have access to the calendar, or even if it's just a view only, then I think you need to rethink the fact that they have access to the whole internet. But again, I'm not trying to get on a soapbox here. So I think it's important also for spouses. A lot of times I hear frustrations from my friends who say, my spouse just is going about their own business and we're not communicating, and they're like, well, you didn't tell me that we have something going on this weekend, and I made plans with my friends, or whatever the situation is. And again, if everybody is on the same page, then the result of conflict should be minimized. So it's a matter of checking that family shared calendar. And again, you can hide the views. Everyone can customize what they want to see. Maybe you have it hidden so you don't see all of the things all the time. But before you go ahead and schedule something or say, oh, yeah, I'm going to go to this concert or I'm going to go out for, go out with my friends, I'm just going to check on the family share calendar and make sure there's nothing else going on somewhere else I need to be. That is teamwork. That is healthy communication. That is not putting the burden on one person. That is being proactive in minimizing conflict. And again, you are helping to teach responsibility. You are helping to foster healthy communication. And so I strongly, strongly encourage y'all to have a family shared calendar. I color code everybody. So just from a tactical perspective, everyone has a different color in my house. Then I have my work calendar. So I can just look at a bird's eye view of I've got a lot of green for work and purple for Logan and blue for Josh and orange for Zoe. So I see all of the different things that are happening. And then we've got our big family share calendar that's a different color. And so everything that is in gray is stuff that we're doing all together. So you can totally customize it to whatever makes sense in your world. And even if you don't have kids, if you have roommates, you could even do a roommate calendar. If you have stuff that you could even do a roommate calendar. So if you have, roommates and things that you're doing and you're going to be sharing responsibilities, or I'm having people over tonight, or you're having people over, again, it's another way to just foster healthy communication. And in this digital age, there's no reason that we shouldn't be using technology to help us when we can. And so I don't think it's a replacement for one-on-one dialogue, but it is also a really great tool for us to maximize our time and really just help keep everyone on the same page. So your tip of the week is to create a shared calendar for the people that you do life with, that are in your home specifically. You can opt to share it with whoever. You can customize whether they have just viewing rights, whether they have editing rights, whatever it is. And you're teaching the people in your family, specifically your kids, that they're part of this team and that they have a say and they should be in the know of what's going on. And the older they get, the more responsibility they'll be able to take on themselves. And you're also, again, going back to a previous episode, you're modeling really healthy behavior. And that's what we want to be doing, modeling healthy behavior for the people in our lives. So I hope you found this useful. And I'd love to see pictures of your family share calendar. You can block out names if you want, but just like snap a picture and post on social media, tag us at This Organized Life podcast or post it in our Facebook group, and would love to see it. And if you have questions about how to set it up, let us know. We're happy to sit there and kind of go into the nuts and bolts of things. But again, we are putting these tips out there each and every week to try to help give you these actionable small bites of things that you can do to help streamline and simplify your life. So if you like this episode, please make sure to share it with a friend. If you're not already subscribed, click the share, follow button. And if you feel so inclined to leave us a 5-star review, it would really, really mean the world to us. It helps other people know that our show is worth the listen. So again, we don't take this stuff lightly. It is really important with all the different shows out there that the more eyes and ears that we can get on our show, the better it is for everybody. So thank you so much on behalf of myself and the team here at This Organized Life podcast. I am Lori Palau.